name is Kina. I'm here to speak to you about universal adoration, what it means to you, and what especially it means to me. When we think of movies, we think of entertaining ourselves, escaping from reality, relaxing with our friends and family, educating ourselves, maybe following our favorite star, or we might be enhanced to watch the movie by graphics, music, or costumes. There's different ways of why we get drawn into movies. Let's think about the types of movies there are. There's different genres like action, adventure, comedy, drama, war, westerns. There's so many that you can choose from. Personally, I'm drawn to drama movies, and I like some historical movies. But whatever the genre of movie you choose, is there a sense of universal adoration? I don't know. Let's find out. What is universal adoration? Universal is an adjective for affecting or done by people or things in the world or in a specific group. It can be a noun, a person, or a thing having universal effect. Adoration, a deep love, respect, or worship. Today I'm going to speak on one of my favorite movies, Beaches. It's a 1988 film directed by Gary Marshall, starring Bette Midler and Barbara Hershey. This film talks about a relationship that started at a young age for two girls that met on a beach under a boardwalk because they were avoiding their mothers, their overbearing mothers. The girls couldn't be further apart from what their lives were. One was a starlet, working the circuit, doing musicals. The other one was from a prestigious family. But over the years, they kept in touch no matter what. I chose Beaches as a film that shows universal adoration because I think opposites attract. Their lifelong friendship is one of the things that you'll see as this film goes on, and how close they are regardless how far away they are and how they stay connected. They had different upbringings, as I mentioned earlier. They were separated but not forgotten. And at a point, sometimes there's a break in relationships that we have with friends from childhood, maybe family members that we're close to, but I can't think of anyone that hasn't had that type of experience. Loyalty and commitment wins out. Over the years, they were separated because of the relationship of a man. But no matter what, they always had a commitment to each other. They came back together. And tragedy strikes. There's not one person, I think, in this world or in this building or in this room that can say they have not ever had some type of relationship that was drawn back in because of some type of sadness or something that occurred that made them want to contact that other person. Let's think of some highlights about the film. Did you know that Beaches was nominated for one Academy Award, Best Art Direction? A made-for-TV version came out in 2017 starring Nia Long and Idina Menzel. It wasn't very popular, but it came out. The Wind Beneath My Wings, a song performed by Bette Midler, won Grammys for the Song of the Year and Record of the Year. And that song is sung all around the country. Everyone, I don't have a singing voice, but everyone wants to be someone's hero and the wind beneath their wings. When I say that, I think about the accolades of a film, the actors, the music, the costumes. That doesn't always make a film a classic, but how it makes you feel and how it makes the audience feel to keep going back to that film, whether it be a funny movie, a suspenseful movie, or just a sad kind of drama-like movie, it draws you back in. And Beaches does that. It's because of the actors and how well they play their parts. It's because of the emotional connection that you feel to the families in this movie. You can relate to the relationship changes, and there's trust, and everyone wants trust and loyalty in their lives. And the music. The music was powerful. It came at the right points of the movie, and it highlighted the scenes that made a difference and the turnarounds of this movie, the transitions. So Beaches is one of my best choices for adoration, universal adoration. The next film is Castaway, a 2000 film directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Tom Hanks and Helen Hunt. In this film, a man is faced with living on an island by himself after a tragic airplane crash. He's alone, he has no one to help him, he has to learn to survive. His will is tested in so many ways, whether it be weather, the lack of food, the lack of shelter, just desperation of being alone. So we have loneliness factor, and I think that everyone can relate to that. You have desperation. He's in and out of illusions or reality because he doesn't know if he's coming or going, what he should trust or what he shouldn't trust as far as what to eat, where to travel at on this island. He's facing death, but he has a sense of faith, and he has a love for a woman that's waiting for him to come back home, and he has friendship, an unlikely friendship, and he's like, I have to take risks. I have to do things or I'm going to die here. So it's a do or die situation. And these are facts that you may not know about Castaway. Tom Hanks gained over 50 pounds and grew his hair out for parts of this film. One of the 3 volleyballs, known as Wilson in the film, was sold for over $18,000. The film earned over 30 awards and award nominations and won 15. Tom Hanks won the Golden Globe for Best Actor, and the film received an Oscar nomination for Best Sound. I want to focus on the sound part. Tom was by himself on this island. He had no one to talk to. He made a friendship with a soccer ball. He named it Wilson. What sound could you possibly win an Oscar for? The ocean, the waves crashing, the sounds of the wildlife around him. Those are the sounds that this film won an Oscar for. That tells you a lot about the film. The scenery, the setting was everything. Can you imagine being alone, depending on yourself and no one's there, only to hold on to the faith of the love of a woman that's waiting there for you, and just knowing that you can't stay here and not survive. You have to keep going. So we celebrate him. The audience cheers Tom and his success and wants him to win. There's an emotional connection you feel for him because you're lonely. The setting says it all. And then you have to use your imagination. He had to use his imagination of how to survive, what to eat, how to open a coconut, how to get clothing, or how to build a hut to take care of himself. I think this is one of the reasons why we as an audience celebrated Tom, and there's a universal adoration because he has won out. He's the hero of this film. He didn't let a life-changing situation, a threatening life-changing situation, take over. So in conclusion, I think that a film that you can relate to, regardless of the accolades, regardless of the star power, it has to do with how it relates to you and how you feel about the film, the actors, and what's going on. It may not be the top 10, it may not have won an Oscar, a Golden Globe, or a SAG award. However, it touched your heart, it made you feel different, it shows that the people around the world that may also feel the same way, and that's what I consider universal adoration. Thank you for your time.